What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com and the Press Telegram. It's Mike.
And Tyler, and this football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to cater your team's next event.
Many moons have risen and set on this rivalry, the oldest in Long Beach sports. Long Beach Poly versus Wilson. Older than really any rivalry in the NFL. This thing goes back almost 100 years, Tyler.
It's been happening for a long time in this city, and it closes out our regular season in 2014. The Jackrabbits honoring an impressive senior class. A lot of ink was put onto that banner. Hopefully it was the kind that smells like fruit, Mike. I love those.
And a lot of J's as well. Bruins hoping to play spoiler on this night, or rather jinx buster, to use the Wilson terminology. Wilson, obviously, with some talented players of their own that they're saying goodbye to in this game, but they're hoping to have a flag-planting moment here in this game. However, it would not start out well for the Brew Crew.
Justin Calhoun with the interception. He's going back down his own sideline. Had a lot of friendly shirts on his side in front of him. He brings it back, continuing his phenomenal season, his 10th touchdown of the year on that pick six.
And Jack Kulos, the quarterback for Wilson, just ouch. And then to add insult to injury, Josh Brown with the pick six, and he's going to high step into the end zone. He's fired up about that one. Poly up 14-0.
Seen his older brother Jayon have a pick six on that field, but he hit the money dance. So a little bit different with the high step, but the Browns bring the swag on the pick six.
They do indeed. And for Josh Kilson and the rest of these Bruins, it was just like that all night. Poly defense really looking stout, and Moctezuma slighted on that play, Tyler. We'll come back to that later.
Josh Love finding Justin Calhoun, who slips by the defense. Obviously, he's a two-sided player. And then Love to Jackie Jones, and he will emerge in the end zone. And JJ, and it's a touchdown, 21-0 Poly.
The other JJ getting it done. Have you noticed that Jackie Jones is always running faster than the camera is panning, Tyler?
That's on you, fam. Jalen Hawkins with a huge sack as Kulos really takes that one on the chin or the ear or somewhere.
Some on Twitter may have mistaken him for a truck on that play, but Moctezuma earlier slighted. Now they're Moctezuma's revenge, Tyler.
A nice gain there, and then Kulos is going to get rid of it to his running back, Kilson on the swang. Just swang, and he's going to go through that Jackrabbit defense for another nice gain. But these plays were few and far between for the Bruin offense.
Well, because every time they got a drive together, this happened. They just could not protect Kulos on a consistent basis, and because they couldn't run the ball, it really left them with not a lot of options on offense. On offense for Poly, lots of options. Love choosing Jones on this one with the nice grab there from the junior. He's really started to emerge the second half of this season after sort of a shaky start. He gets a little love there from Aaron Parker. And then it's going to be CJ Love with the touchdown grab, a big-bodied tight end. Sort of goes to show you, because most teams would kill for a guy like this, and he's not really used that much for Poly, so they take a 27-0 lead.
On the Love connection, Josh Wise has been a playmaker for the Bruins this year, but you can't make plays if you don't have any room, and that's not the Nebraska defense, but that's a lot of black shirts in your face.
Yeah, there's just not much room to be had for anyone on Wilson. However, their defense would come up here late in the first half and make a play. Dalton Anderson in for Poly. United Leia Te'ua forces the fumble, and Sean Callis is going to recover it. And our annual tradition here, Deshaun Jackson's on a bye week, so he comes back to give a halftime speech to the Jackrabbits.
And on the eve of the playoffs, the fog rolling in makes you think back to 2012, doesn't it, Mike? But not quite that second half drama. Joseph Wicker, gets it started with the huge hit. You just feel bad for Kulos at this point, because he really just kept getting back up, even though he kept getting knocked right back down.
He hung in there. He showed a tremendous amount of grit, but Wicker gets up to his 18th sack, really having an All-American type of a season, which is fitting because he's an All-American. But Poly, Wicker and Marshall are the present, but Poly looking to the future. Big potential with this sophomore quarterback, Nolan McDonald, who really showed something in this game. We've been seeing it from him in practice when we've been out there. But he can throw, he can run and throw, which I think is really something special to see in a sophomore. But he kind of showed it all here in the second half. Made a lot of great plays on the move, and made a lot of good decisions too.
Yes, good size at 6'1", the Corona Centennial transfer, and as you can see, that is just great throwing on the run with a lot of velocity. Nolan McDonald doing a little Nolan Ryan there. And he had a pair of rushing touchdowns in this game as well. Going to sneak that one in across the goal line. And then showing off a little power as he's going to run over the potential tackler on this touchdown.
Well, at 6'1", with those big legs, he is a big body. Poly wins 46-0. So, at the end of the season, we know Poly's been playing football since 1908. They've produced over 60 NFL players, 19 CIF championships. None of those teams did did what this 2014 team did, scoring 351 points in the Moore League, giving up just 26. That's a Moore League and a school record for points scored.
Very impressive from that Jackrabbit offense. We want to thank our sponsors, Naples Rib Company and Papa Lucci's. They put the eat in 2nd Street and help us bring you these videos. Jackrabbits will roll into the playoffs where they look to be one of the top 4 seeds in the Pac-5. Those brackets get released on Sunday.
For coverage of Bracket Day and everything else playoff football, you know you got to keep it right here.